And it's important that people understand. I'm not saying that we're better than anybody else, but it's different. The call of God to serve the church and behind the pulpit, it's a special calling. It's not for everybody, and that's why the Scripture does say there's a different standard for leaders in the church. So that's what we've been able to do here, and to see that come to an end, and it's just mind-boggling to some extent. But you got to submit to our authority, and you got to go with your leadership, and we're trying to do that the best we can.
I guess the chairs may go away and some of this other stuff, but the guys that are serving and changing eternities in churches are still doing their thing, and maybe that's most important. Let's talk about last night. You nearly knocked off what some coaches believe maybe the best team in this tournament. How were you able to keep it close with Florida, and your thoughts on down the stretch?
I have no idea how we did that, really, to tell you the truth. I think our guys played really hard. We had some outstanding efforts. I watched the game film today, though, and we still made mistakes that we've made all year long. At crucial times, we didn't have the discipline that we needed to have. We're not the most talented team. I think anybody watches us is not really impressed with our talent, but Florida Christian is a very talented team, and our margin of error is not very big when we played them. And I'm proud that we competed. I never pray for wins and losses. I just pray the Lord's protection over us as we play, and pray that we could compete. And we did compete, and we gave everybody their money's worth last night. And the call at the end, it may have been a good one and bad one in terms of offensive goaltending, but I didn't realize I had anybody that could jump that high. So, but it didn't have. I mean, it stands out because it's the last play of the game.
Sure.
But our point guard stepping out of bounds, bringing the ball up the floor, throwing a ball away, those things, and AJ Williams misses a dunk that everybody has forgotten about, but that was crucial to keep us in there. So, but we competed, and I don't know how much we got left in the gas tank tonight.
And so Spartans head coach Kirk Hansen, and the interview with Coach Hansen brought to you by Tri-County Assembly in Fairfield, Ohio. TCA and Pastor Brad Rosenberg are proud supporters of Central Bible College basketball. Visit TCA in person or online at tcalife.com. Tonight's Spartan starting lineup brought to you exclusively by the Sanctuary of Hope. Sanctuary of Hope is a friendly, spirit-filled Bible-preaching church in Branson, Missouri. The Sanctuary of Hope, you can visit them online at thesanctuaryofhope.org. CBC will start the same way they did last night. They'll start Charles Staten, a 6'2 senior out of Austin, Texas, along with Jake Brown, a 6'2 junior from Kansas City. Mason Horsley, a 6-foot junior from Cincinnati, Ohio. Joey Kruder, who was named an All-American today, second team, a 6-foot senior from Deltona, Florida. And Tony Malone, a 6'3 junior from Arlington, Texas. CBC dressed in the black uniforms. They will get the ball to Malone down on the block quickly. And Tony Malone with the first hoop of the game. And they have a 2-0 lead. Multnomah comes back, and All-American Austin Hodges, a 6-foot junior, missed the first shot of the game for the team from Oregon. Staten's 3-ball from the left wing is off, no good. And Jordan Paris loses it out of bounds. David Walker, a 6'3 junior for Multnomah out of Tigard, Oregon, along with Eric Mendoza, a 6'2 junior from Chicago, Illinois. Steve Bustrin, a 6-foot sophomore from Eugene, Oregon. Austin Hodges, 6-foot junior from Portland, will get another shot away and make it a 3-2 Multnomah lead. The other starter, Jordan Paris, a 6'4 freshman from Discovery Bay, California. So those are the starting lineups. As you can tell, these two teams will on the floor. CBC with a 4-3 lead, and we played less than 60 seconds. Mendoza with a quick pop that's no good. Kruder with the rebound. Multnomah had the gold and green last night. Tonight it's white with gold numbers, green trim, and Malone in the lane missed it no good. Ball is loose underneath. Paris will get the outlet to Mendoza. Quickly up floor. Walker will drive for the layup. So David Walker makes it a 5-4 game. Multnomah lost to Manhattan in the 8-9 matchup yesterday. The final of that one was 120-111. And Malone gets tied up by Steve Bustrin, so the held ball will give it back to Multnomah. Billy Westbrooks is our referee this evening. Kevin Paulo and Ken Gallagher are the other officials. A 3-ball rattles in and out, no good. That one fired up by Walker. And the quick outlet pass. Staten will feed it underneath the Kruger, who goes behind the back between the legs off to Jake Brown, whose floater is an air ball from inside the lane. Joey Kruger sprained an ankle in yesterday's game, and giving it a go today as Hodges knocks down another 3. He was 12 of 24 from the floor in the game against Manhattan. Quick shot by CBC, missed no good. 8-4, Multnomah with the advantage. Bustrin will get it outside. Hodges on another side of the floor, and he will crank up yet another 3. And Hodges with 9 points. They like to shoot they like to make 23s a game. Their record attempt will probably not be broken because they're not going to get that many games as Brown doesn't go to a pass. It's off his hand, and Hodges will spot for 3 more. It's in and out, no good. Paris the rebound. They'll pitch it out for another 3. This one coming from Walker on the wing, and it's good. Walker has 5, and CBC is going to grab an early timeout. This will be a full timeout with 17:03 left to play in the first half. 14-4 in 3 minutes. A 10-point lead for Multnomah, and we'll be back.
Multnomah.
We are
Lions roar!
We are artists.
We are outdoor enthusiasts.
We are future pastors.
We are compassionate.
We are football fans.
We are athletes. We are manly men, mountain men.
We are social.
We are inviting.
Somos hermanos. We're brothers and sisters.
We are passionate.
We are being Christ to the world.
We are in love with the Savior.
We are worship leaders and worshipers.
We are Multnomah.
We are Multnomah.
We are Multnomah.
We are Multnomah.
After the timeout, Mason Horsley in the lane dumps it into Malone for the finger roll in the paint. That'll make it a 14-6 game. Kurt Bickley has gotten some new players in the ball game. Seth Coleman, a 5'11 senior. Also Matt Johnson, a 6'3 sophomore, and it's Johnson who will crank up the 3 that's no good. The rebound to Jackson Coleman, a 6'4 freshman. A shot no good, and on the weak side, a foul called on Johnson, and that will be his first. So Johnson from Vancouver, Washington. Coleman, a 6'4 freshman from Salt Lake City, Utah. Horsley will find Jake Brown in the lane. He'll dump it off to Malone, who gets the shot to fall from the right side of the lane. So it's a 14-8 game. Couple of quick baskets for CBC, and a 3-ball fired up and missed no good by Stevie Sansoni. And Multnomah getting on the glass and getting a 3-ball from Coleman, who was 1 for 1 with a 2-pointer in the game yesterday, and we get a whistle and a foul as they double up Horsley, and the foul is going to be on Seth Coleman, and that will be his first. We talked during the game yesterday about Multnomah's press, and for the most part, they use it to try to speed you up as Horsley gets to the line. He was fouled on the attempt, and the foul is going to be on Coleman, and that will be his first and the team's third. Horsley in their first-round game against Florida Christian College last night, 3 out of 4 from the line. Or excuse me, 2 for 2 from the line. He had a total of 10 points in the game, and he'll miss the front end, no good. Now, we talk about Multnomah's press, and they're not afraid to try to get a turnover off of it, but more importantly, they try to get the pace of the game going with that press. And it's worked so far as Horsley missed both of them. And quickly up floor with a drive into the paint. They'll pitch it out for a 3. And a quick pass around the perimeter, and the 3 ball. My Coleman is no good, and CBC with a rebound. And Horsley will try to split 2 defenders, and a collision will give the foul to Coleman. Michael Kamlade was there, and it was Coleman who will get hit with the personal foul. We'll see Hodges come back in for Multnomah. 17-8. Joey Kruder with the basketball finds Staten, who will bounce it low for Malone, and the ball goes out of bounds. Stan Jaycox will come into the ball game. He's usually first player coming off the bench for CBC. There's one that is up and good by Walker. His second 3 of the game. He has 8. 20-8. It's a 12-point lead. Staten open, and he will misfire, no good. But Kruder is there to clean up the garbage and lay it in. Had 13 in the game yesterday as the ball is knocked out of bounds by CBC. He, of course, left and then came back and played with a turned ankle. Hodges way outside. He was a good 5-6 steps beyond the top of the circle, left it short. Jaycox to Kruder, who drives into the lane. Ball poked free and out of bounds. It'll be CBC basketball. Joey Kruder with an 18.8 point per game average during the regular season. Staten will take the ball into the paint, leave it short. Rebound, Kruder, layup good. Joey Kruder with the basket, and a quick foul on the drive to the basket. And the foul is going to be on Mason Horsley, and we'll see Daniel Luna come into the ball game. First free throw, no good. Bustrin will have another throw. Luna is in and Horsley is out, so it will be Staten and Jaycox, Kruder, Luna, and Jake Brown. Up front for CBC. Second free throw good for Bustrin, and it's 21-12. Mendoza comes back for Multnomah. And they're going to get into their box press. And Jaycox will get it in to Luna. And then CBC is going to clear the floor and make them come up a little bit more. And as Luna passes on the sideline, a blocking foul is going to be called on David Walker. That'll be the 5th team foul as you take a look at CBC and Kirk Hansen. Jaycox, Kruder. Jaycox has it out front. He'll penetrate into the lane, trying to dump it low for Staten, and it's poked out of bounds by Multnomah's defense. Multnomah University. Students don't just go to college for the degree. They go to college because they want to make things better. Start at multnomah.edu. They come up with a turnover. Leading 21-12. 3 ball by Walker out of the corner is short, no good. Brown will tip the rebound to Staten. And the Spartans will turn the ball back over as Staten tried to throw cross floor to Jaycox, and Mendoza intercepts, but Charles comes back, picks it away, and gets right by the All-American Hodges as he drives for the layup. Charles Staten with his first 2. And Hodges gets it quickly the other way, leaves the 3 ball short, no good, and Jaycox will tip the ball, but Walker touches it last. So the Spartans will inbound the ball with 13:42 to play here in the first half. Trailing by 7 at 21-14. Luna will get it back to Jay Cox. Quickly cross floor to Kruder. Brown underneath. They don't go to him. Instead, they'll pitch it out. And Jay Cox penetrating into the paint with a teardrop runner that won't go. And the rebound to Sansoni ahead to Walker for a 3-ball that rattles in. Walker with 3 threes and 11 points here in the first half, and it's 24-14. 10-point lead for Multnomah, and Stan Jaycox will sail a pass over the head of the scorers tables and the people that are there and bounce it off the stands and back out on the floor. 13-10 remaining in the first half, and a catch-and-shoot 3 by Mendoza. That's 8 threes already here in the half. So the 24 of their 27 points have come from beyond the arc as Kruder gets it in the lane and knocks one down. He's got 4. Quick 3, in and out and back in by Seth Coleman. This is a style of play as Coleman comes up with a steal. Walker's going to shoot another 3. He's got 4 of them and 14 first half points, and the Spartans have to grab another timeout. It's 33-16. 12:26 left to go. This will be a 30-second timeout. Multnomah went to this probably near the 1st of January, which constitutes middle part of the year, when what they were using really wasn't working, and the players have bought into this philosophy, and that's what it is. And you really have to buy into it, and it flies against what is the norm for a lot of college basketball programs. When you take a look at Division I basketball today on the men's side, and if a game gets into the 60s, there's something wrong. And yesterday's first half between Manhattan and Multnomah was 57-47. And this half could be in the 60s before it's done. We still have 12:20 remaining in the half. Kruder's going to shot fake from 3, drive to the basket and get a foul and go to the line. The foul is going to be on Seth Coleman, and nope, they're going to give it to Jordan Paris. Mason Horsley will come back for CBC. And Kruder's free throw in and out, no good. As we mentioned yesterday, 3 out of 4 from the line. Luna will grab a seat as Horsley comes back. Second one is up and down. So Kruder with 5 unofficially. And it's 33-17. There's a 3-ball by Walker. He's got 5, 17 first half points. 36-17. Kruder layup. 7 points for Joey Kruder. Mendoza guarded, so he'll drive into the lane and toss one in. He's got 5. It's a 19-point Multnomah lead. Staten into the lane, gets to the glass, missed it, no good. Rebound, tip to Multnomah. Mendoza slowly weaving his way up floor. Bustrin a step in front of the arc, and he'll knock it down. 3 for Steve Bustrin. And the lead is 21. Kruder gets the layup. Joey has 9. I think the Spartans were worried about this type of game as Coleman missed a layup, and Paris from the top of the circle missed a 3. That the emotion of last night could make today a tough one with the pace that Multnomah plays. And I think the first 9 minutes or so has borne that out. But, we were talking about their style of play, and they will give up shots to get the ball up floor and shoot threes like Mendoza just did. He has 8. They've already hit 12 threes in the first half. It's 43-21 as Kruder has 11. Quick pass up floor. Walker's all alone, and CBC doing a very good job of not defending the three-point shooter. And Kirk Hansen is going to grab his third first-half timeout, and he is going to take a full timeout, and so will we. 46-23. Multnomah leads CBC in a consolation game. Back after this.
Multnomah.
We are
Lions roar!
We are artists.
We are outdoor enthusiasts.
We are future pastors.
We are compassionate.
We are football fans.
We are athletes. We are manly men, mountain men.
We are social.
We are inviting.
Somos hermanos. We're brothers and sisters.
We are passionate.
We are being Christ to the world.
We are in love with the Savior. We are worship leaders and worshipers.
We are Multnomah.
We are Multnomah.
We are Multnomah.
We are Multnomah.
.16 left to play first half. It's 46-23. Multnomah has the advantage. National Community Church in Washington, D.C. is a proud supporter of Central Bible College basketball. National Community Church is a multi-church site in the Washington, D.C. metro area, led by former Spartans Mark Batterson and Joel Schmidgall. Kruder down to the baseline with a layup. He has 13. Visit thetheaterchurch.com to learn more. That's thetheaterchurch.com. Spartans back to within 21 as Hodges with a little shake and bake against Staten. And he will pitch it out to Mendoza for an open three that's no good. Jay Cox has the ball knocked out of his hands by Matt Johnson. Spartans will inbound. They'll get it into Mason Horsley as everybody else backs off. Jay Cox will go cross floor to Staten. And Mendoza with a steal and a layup. He's in double figures with 10. They've got 2 in double figures already as Brown loses it out of bounds. Hodges has 9 and 3 threes. Mendoza will find Hodges, who will step into a 35-footer. He's got 12. Kind of like playing horse right now. Or knockout. Kruder has it cross floor. He'll give it to Horsley. He'll penetrate into the lane, pitch it outside, and Joey's going to jump from 3, and it missed no good. He'll follow the shot and pick up a foul, which will be his first. 9:16 remaining. And Multnomah has a double. And they didn't shoot bad yesterday. There's one that's fired up, no good. But they are red hot from the three-point line. The percentage probably isn't going to look as good as you would think, but it sure seems like they've hit a lot of them so far. That's because they have. Ball knocked out of bounds. CBC will keep it. Staten will give it to Kruder on the right wing. Cross floor to Horsley, who will load up a 3 and leave it short, no good. Coleman the rebound. Kamlade will pitch to Mendoza in the corner, and a block is going to be called on Stan Jaycox. Multnomah with 10 players, and Kurt Bickley has done a good job rotating those guys in. In other words, when you have 10, there are only so many lineup combinations you can use. Bustrin will direct traffic, give it to Walker. Walker already has 20 points and has 6 threes himself. We're going to get a hand check called on Luna. That will be his first. Anything to stop the clock here in the first half. 8:28 left to go. Walker inbound, thought about stepping into a three, waits for Jaycox to get there to defend, and then knocks it down right in his face. 7 threes and 23 points for Walker. Curter the other way, gets a layup. He has 15. We get a quick whistle, and Multnomah will turn the ball over. Malone is in for Jake Brown. We have 8:09 remaining. It's 54-27. And what do we talk about the score getting into the 60s before the end of the half? They've got 54. And they've got it doubled at 54-27. Kruder looks to shoot it, but with a ball fake, finds Malone, who will go to Horsley, who will bounce it to Jaycox on the block, and he missed it. We get a whistle before that, and Coleman with the foul. So Coleman with his second, Malone to the line to shoot free throws. First one up and good for Tony Malone, who has 7 unofficially here in the first half. Second free throw good. Tony has 8. And it's 54-29. Walker left a 3 short. His last 3 broke the Multnomah record for most threes in a season, as Jaycox goes the other way and gets his first 2 of the game. And the way they shoot the 3, he's going to have a few more to knock down as Sansoni knocks one down. CBC get it inside. Malone has his shot rejected by Coleman the other way. And they will get it underneath the Bustrin, who lays it up and in. Bustrin has 5. 7 minutes to go in the half. It's 59-31. CBC the other way. Kruder. 17 for Joey Kruder. And a quick layup the other way. Sansoni will lay it in. He's got 5, and we're going to see David Luna come back in as Malone lays it off the glass. He's got 10, and I think the phrase is the score. We've already got 96 points combined here in the first half, and I think the phrase used by some is shoot, holler, and foller. Kruder blocks a 3-point attempt by Matt Johnson, and Daniel Luna picks it up. Horsley down the far side. He's going to give to Malone underneath the Kruder, who lays it off the glass and in. Kruder with 19 unofficially. He and Malone are in double figures. They've got 29 of 37 points. There's a 3 by Coleman, no good. And a tip-up attempt by Walker. And that will net David his second foul of the game. And we will get a new platoon into the ball game for Multnomah. And we'll go to the other end and shoot free throws. Last night was more intense. Tonight is more for the fun of it, if you will. 1-1. The free throw no good by Horsley, but you see Austin Hodges, and he cranks one up from the volleyball line, and it goes out of bounds. But players are talking to the officials, and they're doing so with smiles on their faces. And this is kind of because this is the end of the tournament for these two teams here today. Much as the earlier ball game, a little less scoring involved, but still nonetheless similar type of game. 70-65. Grace with the victory over Valley Ford. CBC turns it over, and Hodges will get it outside. They'll step into another three and miss it long. Mendoza will try for the tip. The three-pointer by Sansoni. 61-37. CBC with the ball. Malone with a drive on the baseline that's no good. Mendoza pitches outside, and Coleman will step into a three. And after being red hot all of a sudden, Multnomah can't buy a basket, and Kruder is going to get to the line with a headlong drive, and Coleman will pick up his third foul. (61-37) with 5:04 left to play here in the first half. Jordan Paris will come back into the game for Austin Hodges, and Joey Kruder will shoot free throws, and Jake Brown comes back for Tony Malone. Free throw is up and good. Kruder with 20. Give him 21. And it's 61-39. Mendoza with a dribble drive, feeding it all alone to Paris, who will lay it up and in. A rare two-point basket by Multnomah. 63-39. David Luna over to Daniel. Three ball is off, no good. And the rebound. Kamlade. Mendoza for three. Off, no good. Jaycox gets it ahead to Kruder. And Joey is going to cruise for the layup and roll it off, no good. Easiest shot of the night, and a pass through the hands and legs of Stevie Sansoni. .4:15 remaining first half. It's the second and final game of the session here today as Jaycox misses in the lane. Ball saved inbounds. And it will be CBC ball. Back in for Multnomah is Bustrin and Walker. Kruder jumps from the three-point line, leaves it short. And Jake Brown with the rebound, feeds Kruder in the lane, and he gets the basket. Joey has 23. Walker at the other end. Three bounces off, no good. 63-41. Bustrin underneath, loops it off the glass, and the rebound to Jaycox, and a held ball. It'll go to CBC. Luna down the sideline, beats the press. Kruder has it. Cross floor, Jaycox. Outside, David Luna. Back to Daniel Luna. David has it, has his foot on the arc, and he'll miss badly. Hit the glass, but not the rim. 3:25 to go in the half. Out of the corner. Another three ball off, no good. This one by Coleman. Walker rebounds long. Bustrin back to Walker. He'll roll one in. 8 threes here in the first half. He has 26. 66-41. Kruder loses the basketball out of bounds. And we're under 3 minutes to play here in the first half. That's right, first half. Walker with another three. He's got 9 of them. And 29 first half points. CBC quickly the other way. Jake Brown gets it in the lane. He's got 4. And a drive right down the middle of the floor for Bustrin. He has 7. 71-43. Kruder in mid-floor gets away, and he'll drive into the lane and bank it off the window. He's got 25, and we get a collision and a foul as David Luna and Eric Mendoza collide. Luna gets hit with the foul. That will be his first. 3 ball out of the corner is good by Seth Coleman. He has 6. 74-45. Under 2 minutes to go, first half. Luna, that's Daniel in the lane to get the shot to roll. Numbers have been inverted. 74-47. Multnomah with the lead. And Luna, Daniel will pitch outside to David, and a foul is going to be called. Coleman picks up his 3rd. That's Seth Coleman. Jackson Coleman has 3 as well. So the brothers Coleman, both from Salt Lake City. Seth the senior, Jackson the freshman. Free throw no good by Daniel Luna. Seth will grab a seat. Second one is good. Daniel Luna with 3. 95 seconds to go here in the first half. And a steal as Jake Brown picks the pocket of Bustrin after he'd spun and gotten by the defense. David Luna underneath with a hoop, and he'll get harmed and shoot 1. Sansoni will pick up his first foul, and David Luna to the line. Knuckleball floats up there, no good. So David with 2 for the 5'11 sophomore from Los Angeles. Bustrin outside to Jordan Paris. He'll miss a 3. Everybody gets into the act. Doesn't matter if you're a post player or not. If you want to shoot the 3, crank it up there. Jaycox penetrating into the lane. Pitches outside for a Daniel Luna 3 ball. He has 6. 74-53. Spartans back to within 21 with 50 seconds to go in the first half. The ball is loose as it's poked away by Kruder. Jaycox will pick it up, get it ahead to David Luna, who will pitch outside to Kruder. He's going to drive baseline, spin on the baseline, get 2 defenders in the air and miss the shot, no good. And the rebound to Paris, the outlet to Walker. 3 ball in and out, no good. 25 seconds to go in the half. Jake Brown behind the back with a dribble, not once, but twice, weaving his way through the defense, or at least players there pretending to play it. And a reverse layup is no good with 12 seconds left to go. 3 ball by Bustrin. Barely draws iron with 7 seconds left. Jaycox will push for CBC. Kruder, layup, no. Double pump trying to draw a foul, and we have reached halftime. Multnomah 74, CBC 53, and we'll come back and take a look at the first half stats, but we'll gather ourselves, put all the computer minds together, and see if we can add all these numbers up. That'll be coming up in just a few moments.
At the majesty of who you are.